Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Okay, today we are going to have our first class on expressions. We're doing the expression week. We are doing a series of English classes focused on English expressions, and I will try to explain to you. I will make an effort to explain in a very clear and objective way. Okay, so I have selected a couple of expressions in English. Okay, so the first sentence we are going to study, the first expression is better safe than sorry. If you read the sentence, it's not hard to understand what it means, but let's give you an example. Let's say you're going to work and you're leaving home and you look at the sky, it's gray, the clouds are there. You think to yourself, I don't think it's going to rain, but just in case, I would take my umbrella. Even though it's not necessary to take the umbrella, even though you believe it's not going to rain, you do something to prevent not desirable result. So you take your umbrella with you because it's better to be safe than later on say, I'm sorry. So I think it's pretty much clear, right? I hope you have understood. So let's go to the second expression, sick and tired. If you take each word sick and tired, in American English, you're sick, you're ill, tired, you're tired. But when you put them together in an expression like this, you want to say you are fed up. You can't stand it any longer. Let's say my neighbor is pretty noisy and throw lots of parties every now and then. And you're really bothered because the noise is so high. And you're really pissed. You're really fed up because the noise is so high that you can't stand it any longer. So you are sick and tired. You can't stand it any longer. You can't take it, right? So the idea of the expression is you are fed up. You can't stand. You're really angry. You are tired, sick and tired. You're pretty much fed up. You can't stand it any longer, right? So that's the idea of sick and tired. You are fed up. In other words, you can't stand that situation any longer. That's the idea, okay? So let's move to the next one. Like the back of my hand, like the back of my hand. Some other countries, they say, like the palm of my hand. The idea is the same. You know a situation or you know a person or a place. I know it very well. I've been around. So I know the country like the back of my hand because I travel around. I've been to different places, so I travel a lot around the country. So that's why I say I know like the back of my hand. Like the back of my hand. I know the country like the back of my hand. That's the idea, okay? I have another expression here, which is know something by heart. The idea is very similar. You know that song? What a wonderful world. I know it's an old song.
What a wonderful world.
Okay, you can call me old man. But I know that song like the back of my hand. I know it by heart. What a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. This song is pretty popular around the world. It's an old one. But I know it by heart. I know it by heart. I know it by heart because I listened to the song many, many times. Okay? So I know it by heart. That's the idea of I know it by heart. Another expression is an arm and a leg. Something which is really, really expensive. You want to buy something really expensive. A mobile phone, for example, a smartphone, and which costs an arm and a leg. It's an expression to give you an idea how expensive something is. So I will buy that smartphone, but it costs an arm and a leg. It's very expensive. I have to give my arm and my leg in order to buy that smartphone. Oh my goodness. So it's really expensive. That's the idea of the expression, it's an arm and a leg. That's what you want to say when you say that expression. That's exactly what you want to express when you say that expression. It's an arm and a leg. It cost me an arm and a leg. I bought the smartphone, I bought the mobile phone, but it cost me an arm and a leg, okay? All right, so let's take a look at other 5 expressions in English. Raining cats and dogs. When it's raining cats and dogs, it doesn't mean it's raining real cats and dogs are falling from the sky. It means that it's raining a lot. It's raining cats and dogs. So that's the idea of the expression. My goodness, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining a lot, right? Another expression is piece of cake. Piece of cake means easy. Something's very, very easy. Let's say you took a test, an exam, and was a basic English exam. And it was very, very, very easy. It was a piece of cake. It was like, there's another expression which is very interesting, like a walk in the park. Okay, that exam, that basic English exam was a piece of cake, like a walk in the park. It was very easy for you. So that's the idea of piece of cake, right? French kiss. Oh my goodness. French kiss means when you kiss someone, when people kiss each other and they use their tongues. So, French kiss, it's a way of kissing. When people kiss each other using the tongue is a French kiss, right? That's the idea of this expression. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Help me. Somebody please give me a hand here. I don't have any idea of an example to give you, to teach you. Give me a hand. Give a hand. Give me a little hand. Every now and then you might find a variation of this expression like, give me a little hand. Could you give me a little hand here? Could you give me a hand? All right? Rings a bell. When something rings a bell, it's another expression which is very, very popular. When something's familiar to you, you really, it's like you almost remember. It sounds very familiar, or it looks very familiar. So you say, that rings me a bell. It rings me a bell. It rings me a bell. You're trying to remember. But you don't remember 100%. You're trying to remember. It sounds familiar. It looks familiar to you. And that rings me a bell. It rings me a bell. It rings me a bell. This is familiar to me. It's okay? So we have explored 10 popular expressions in English. I hope you have enjoyed this class. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this class, please give it a like. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. And see you next class, my friend. Bye-bye.